Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we are at property address 4720 Southeast 118th Avenue here in Portland. Located on the right side of the house. I describe everything as if you're standing in the street facing the front door of the home. Bear with me, my umbrella's trying to blow away here. Anyhow, we're checking the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. This is post-repair. You can see all the dirt's been dug up here, trench is closed now. I do have water currently running, and we'll shut that off once I run the camera all the way in here to the back end. We'll kill the water, get a little better look at things. Sorry, my foot counter's being funny here. I'll reset that really quick. All right, here we go. Alright, past the turn here into the cast. We're going to let the line drain out now. Alright, line should be about drained off as it can be here. Got the water off now for a good about 5 minutes almost. Right here looks like some of the more original pipes. It's got some rust staining in the flow line. Okay, so what we've got right now is about 1/4 of an inch approximately. Obviously significantly less water than there was originally. And I've been doing this now for 13 years. I've cambered almost 25,000 sewer lines. These wraparound sewer lines like this, they're already very tight tolerance. You know, this line, if it were built from inception with a main lateral out front, the line would have shot out the front. You would have probably had about a 45-foot long sewer line, ish, somewhere in that ballpark. When they do these septic tank conversions, because it's so expensive to reverse the plumbing under the floor of the house, especially in a basement scenario, even in a crawl space, it's expensive, but anyway, they're setting the line out the back like it originally used to, then they wrap it around the house to go out front. And what you end up with is a line that's about 3 times longer than it would ideally be. It makes your tolerances much tighter. You know, when you're grading a 45-foot, 50-foot long sewer line to a main lateral, it's, you know, let's say 10 feet deep, you can put a very hard pitch on that thing, and the install guys don't really have to do that great of a job compacting the ground, and it'll hold. Just because of the amount of angle you can put on it. When you've got, you know, to run that same depth of main lateral, but you're running a 110, 20 foot. I'm not exactly sure how long this thing is, but these often are around 110, 20 feet. Everything is much tighter, and sometimes all you're going to be able to get out of it is in this case, I wouldn't call it a partial correction. It got the overwhelming majority of the standing water out. What used to be there originally was inches of water. What you have left over with now, you know, for instance, if I were scoping this line right now for a buyer, no repairs have been done. This is just what it is right here. I would never in a million years recommend something like this be repaired. Does that level of standing water there still potentially run the risk of some level of buildup? Yes. But mostly as it relates to improper items. Generally speaking, you know, in a 1/4 inch of water like this, the stuff that's going to hang up for the most part, you got a little bit deeper right here. Right there, you're getting upwards, not quite an inch. You're somewhere between 1/2 and 3/4. For the most part, what hangs up in minor standing water like this is if you're putting, you know, grease, cooking oil, large wads of paper towels, things like that. You know, even TP might hang up in there, but you got to be balling it up, stuff like that. not your regular old full of toilet paper. That stuff's going to shoot through with little issue. But some of these bellies, in order to fully correct them, especially on these really long lines where you don't have any hard dives anywhere, sometimes the only hard dive you get is way out by the street. Sometimes to fix a 20-foot belly completely on a line like this, you're redoing significantly more than just a 20-foot section of pipe. I've seen some of these where you're redoing 40, 50, 60 feet. It depends on how severe things are, and sometimes more. You got to chase the grade out to the point where you can earn enough grade back you can fully correct. So, it has been significantly improved. Most of it, the overwhelming majority of it, is somewhere between a 1/16 and a 1/4 inch of standing water. You have a very short section of pipe there towards the depending on which direction you're looking at it from. Technically, it's the start of the belly as flow goes. You're getting somewhere around 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of standing water. Right about here, it's a very short-lived section of pipe. Alright, so here's kind of the trick with this thing here. As you can see, out to about 19 feet, you have a level of standing water. When I was out here the other day, I was under the guise that the spot in the backyard was the location that I was supposed to locate and mark out. You've got standing water that persists out here to this point, and the hard part is when you're trying to regrade piping, your grade's only going to be as good as what you're meeting it up with. So that's what's tricky on this one, is I'm kind of going off of what belly I'm supposed to be coming to locate. The hard part with this thing is this is going to be a tricky one to fully rectify without correcting the standing water beyond that point. So that's where this one's a little funky.